Hello, everyone! Welcome back to Learn English at Home 79. I'm your host, Anna, and today we're talking about something important for life in many countries, taxes. Have you ever wondered why we pay taxes or what words like refund or paycheck mean? Stay with us to find out.
Hi, Anna. Thanks for having me. I think a lot of English learners find taxes confusing, but we'll make it simple today. Listeners, as we go, please share your thoughts or questions in the comments. Let's jump in.
Let's start with the basics. Taxes are special fees charged by a government on people living in a country, state, or city. These fees help pay for public services like police, road and bridge repair, and public schools.
Now, let's explain that word, fee. A fee is a small amount of money you pay for a service or permission. For example, you pay a fee to enter a museum. In taxes, it means the money you give to the government for services.
Good point. And did you notice we mentioned bridge? A bridge is a structure built to go over something, like a river or road, so people and cars can cross. Taxes help pay for building and keeping bridges safe.
Exactly. Without taxes, we wouldn't have safe bridges, good roads, or schools. So, taxes give us benefits something good or helpful we get from something else. Here, the benefit is better public services.
In the United States, people pay national, state, and local taxes. National taxes go to the whole country, state taxes to your state, and local taxes to your city or town.
Let's explain state. In the U.S., a state is an area with its own government, like California or Texas. So, you might pay different taxes depending on where you live.
That's right. Each level of government uses these taxes for different things. For example, your state may use its taxes to fix local roads, while the national taxes might be used for the army or big projects.
And cities use local taxes to pay for things like parks or city buses. So, taxes are connected to where you live and what services you use.
Now, let's talk about income tax. Income tax is a tax on how much money a person earns in a year. There are both federal and state income taxes, and they must be paid every year by April 15th.
Here's a key word, income. Income is the money you get from working or other sources. If you earn money, you pay income tax. And the IRS, the Internal Revenue Service, is the government agency that collects these taxes.
Let's pause and explain agency. An agency is an organization that does a specific job for the government. The IRS is the agency responsible for taxes in the U.S.
Also, the word internal means inside something. The Internal Revenue Service is the agency inside the U.S. government that manages tax collection.
And revenue means all the money a government gets, usually from taxes. So, the IRS collects revenue by charging people taxes.
Some people can get special help called tax credits. A tax credit lowers the amount of tax you have to pay. For example, college students or people with low income might get a tax credit.
Now, let's explain credit. In taxes, a credit is a sum of money you can subtract from the total tax you owe. It's like a discount on your taxes.
Sometimes, if you pay too much tax, you get money back from the government. This is called a tax refund.
A refund is money returned to you, usually because you paid more than needed. For example, if you buy something and return it, you get a refund. In taxes, it's similar. You get money back if you overpaid.
Another type of tax is payroll tax. These are taxes taken right out of your paycheck before you get it. Payroll taxes include Social Security and Medicare taxes.
Let's explain payroll. Payroll is the total amount of money a company pays to its workers. Payroll taxes are taken from this money before you even see your paycheck.
A paycheck is the paper or electronic slip you get when you are paid for your work. It shows your salary and what taxes were taken out.
Social Security taxes pay for retirement and disability benefits. Disability means not being able to work because of illness or injury. Many people, including the disabled and the elderly, get help from these taxes.
Let's break down elderly. Elderly people are usually over 65 years old. Social Security and Medicare help them with money and health care when they retire.
Almost everyone pays sales tax. This is a specific extra percentage charged when you buy things. For example, if you buy soap or furniture, there is a sales tax attached.
Let's stop and explain percentage. A percentage is a part of 100. If the sales tax is 5%, you pay 5 out of every 100 extra dollars when you buy something.
And attach means to add or connect something. So, the sales tax is added to the price when you pay at the store.
Also, purchase is another word for buy. When you purchase something, you pay money to get it. So, every time you make a purchase, you pay sales tax.
And furniture means things like chairs, tables, and beds you use in your house. Everything from soap to furniture often has sales tax added.
If you own a house, you pay property tax. The amount you pay depends on how much your property is worth.
Let's explain property. Property means something you own, like a house, land, or car. Worth means how much money it could be sold for.
So, if your house is worth 200, your property tax is based on that value. Property tax is usually paid once a year.
That's right, and property taxes help pay for local things, like schools or fire departments in your neighborhood. It's important to pay taxes. If you don't, you might get a fine or even go to jail.
A fine is money you have to pay as a punishment if you break a rule. For example, not paying taxes on time could mean you get a fine.
And jail is a place where people go if they break the law. Not paying taxes can be serious, so always try to pay them on time.
Also, the law says everyone who works must pay taxes, regardless of their immigration status. Regardless means it doesn't matter what your situation is, you still must pay.
And immigration statuses means your legal situation in a country, like if you are a citizen or not. Let's think about why taxes matter. Without them, we wouldn't have clean water, safe bridges, or good schools. But sometimes people don't like paying taxes. Why do you think that is?
That's a great question. Some people feel taxes are too high or unfair. But if we didn't pay, many important services would disappear. Imagine if nobody paid for bridge show, would we travel safely?
Or, if there were no public schools, many children couldn't learn. Taxes are part of living in a community and helping each other.
Exactly. It's like everyone pooling money for a big pizza if only a few pay. There isn't enough for everyone. Taxes are a way to share costs and get things done together.
Now, let's review the new words from today's episode. First, agency, a government group that does a special job. For example, the IRS is a tax agency.
Attach means to add or connect. For example, the sales tax is attached to the price. Benefit is something good you get. Example, we benefit from clean parks because of taxes.
Bridge, a structure for crossing over something. Example, the city built a new bridge. Charge tow asks someone to pay. Example, the store charges a fee for delivery. Cover, to include or pay for. Example, taxes cover school costs.
Some memorization tips. Make flashcards, use new words in your own sentences, and review them every day. Try to use each word when talking about your own life, like how taxes or fees affect you.
Now, I have a question for you. What public service in your city or country do you think is most important to pay for with taxes? Maybe schools, hospitals, or something else? Tell us in the comments. We'd love to hear your opinion.
Yes, and if you want, try using one of today's new words in your answer. This helps you remember the vocabulary and practice English at the same time.
Thanks for joining us today. Remember, learning about real-life topics in English helps you understand both the language and the world better. Don't be afraid to ask questions or make mistakes.
Keep practicing a little every day. Even reading your bills can be a good way to learn. You're doing great, and every new word brings you closer to fluency.
That's all for today on Learn English at Home 79. Stay curious, stay positive, and keep practicing English. See you next time.
Goodbye, everyone. Remember, English is a bridge to new ideas, people, and places. Keep crossing that bridge.